All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol RMO, Romeo Power Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the end. Well, actually not towards the end. It's actually towards the middle of this video, because right after this chart analysis, we're going to talk about a ticker symbol we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks, right? And that stock has already ran up $13 as of its high, and it's sitting $11 above the point where I first let every single investor and viewer be aware of it at the Patreon. And 2 days later, I was talking about it here on YouTube, and I talked about it again last week. And even if you caught it last week, it would still be $6 up from the point when I first mentioned it. So let's go ahead, let's jump into this chart. And right after, we're going to discuss about it so that you guys can know what ticker symbol it is you want to add to your watch list, how I feel about it, and what am I seeing in the charts. So here we are with RMO, Romeo Power Inc., and it has ran. Okay, this is one of those stocks that I was watching today, but early in the morning, I was looking for opportunities, and I only found one to do so well compared to the others, and it was so fast that, it wasn't as enough time for me to feel like it was big enough, or I just felt like it could have done more. Like one of the stocks I was watching this morning, but it went well for me, and that's the good thing, right? I always try to maximize profits and minimize losses, and that's what we do here and invest for tomorrow over at the Patreon and even at the Discord. But Romeo Power, when I found out about it, it was already at $10, and I saw it pulling back a little bit. And I was like, there might be an opportunity, there might not be an opportunity. Is it an opportunity? I was just hesitant because it already ran like $3, right? Since the point it started to run here from close to $7, $8 up to 10, right? Like $2 and some change, and then from the $7 from yesterday till now. But the point of the matter, I did not really see it going towards 12. I thought it had hit like a cap at 10, maybe touch 11. And I was just like, man. And then a lot of people have had a terrible experience with Romeo Power. I mean, like, look how it ran last time, and look how much it fell and burned people. This was like a burner here. This really burnt a lot of people. And you could see one of the most recent runs happened close to this level. So it seems to be a support. And I should have thought about that. I should have thought about the history here before being so hesitant. But I just know that this stock has burnt a lot of investors, and I ignored it. But what a run, right? So let's go ahead and look here at the 50-day moving average. So the first thing is the 50-day moving average sitting at 907, okay? Anything above that is bullish. Anything below that is bearish. Now, since it's so broad and this was so bullish all day, I want you guys to dissect this chart as much as possible. So one of the first supports before the 50-day moving average is 992. And the next one I would use is right here at 1118 to see how the stock is doing and if the bulls are trying to reappear, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Now it's sitting currently at 1264, 1266 as I speak. The volatility is still high, but it's already pulling downwards after market close. I mean, 40 cents. This is a very volatile one. This might start to fall in the next few hours. That's why I'm dissecting this chart as much as possible within this area. Now, for the bulls to pull upwards, they first need to break through 1311, and then their true goal is up here at 1365 to reach newer highs and new resistance levels, okay? If you're a first-time viewer and investor coming across the channel, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video so that you can help out the channel with the YouTube algorithm. It lets me know that you appreciate the time and effort I put into these videos. And let's jump right into the stock that I don't want you guys to miss or overlook, and you definitely want to add to your watch list. So the ticker symbol that we have in front of us, I've talked about it several times in the last 2 weeks. I've talked about it over at the Patreon. I've talked about it here on YouTube towards the end of the videos more than once. I've even talked about how a lot of investors towards the point of the end of this video, which is this section of the video, investors are dropping out of the video, especially new investors that are coming across my channel and never have seen my channel. They just think about the chart analysis and they don't know about the second half. Well, for those of you that have made it to this point, you're going to learn something new. But I do want you guys to be aware that if you want to get the opportunity to get in on opportunities like this one as early as possible, you can join me over at the Patreon. The link is down below. And I now have a Discord chat room as well, where we talk about speculative plays with opportunities in the short term, right? Daily plays, swing trades, and so forth. So if you want to join us, the links are down below. And the slots have gotten filled up pretty fast. I think the first tier is already filled up, and the second tier has a very minimal slots left. And then there's other tiers as well with upgrades as you go along, and you'll see that over at the Patreon. But it's ChargePoint, CHPT, ChargePoint Holdings Inc. This is the stock that I've been talking about since way back over here. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Now, I had watched how this stock reacted, how it brought itself back up, and this was the date and weekend that I talked about ChargePoint, okay? If you've seen this before, you already know what I'm talking about. If you're a Patreon member, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But stay tuned because I'm going to talk about how I feel about this chart. So CHPT, everyone focuses on the EV car makers, but forget to focus on the source that gives the EV cars the fuel and drive it needs to perform its purpose. And I talked about how it touched $20 recently in the most recent pullback. I circled in the chart and it was pulling downwards. If it reached $20 or below, it was presenting itself as an opportunity. And from that point forward, you had to pay a close attention. Now, I mentioned this on the 21st. Now, ChargePoint isn't the industry leader, but it's going to get its piece of the pie. That's exactly what I said. So the 21st was right here. This is the weekend. And the 22nd, the stock shot up to $24.94 from $23 and some change. Every single investor had the right to say, yo, like, I thought this was pulling back. Well, all it took was 3 more days, and it fell down closer to $20 to the point that it actually fell below it at $19.57. That was definitely a sign to pay very close attention and make a rational decision based off of your research and information. And that's exactly what happened. And we saw that. We caught that. If this was to have broken through $20 and go lower, I was going to get even more bullish, right? Now, this stock, I wasn't expecting it to run as fast as it did. I did expect it to get closer to 25 in the short term, but there was a lot of compounding effects that brought this one up to the point where it's at now. And a lot of investors are excited to the point that I have here a screenshot of one of the messages today, earlier today. I asked for permission to do this, blocked out everyone else's name, blocked out the person's name, and this is their message. Hey, bro, I bought the stock CHPT to try out your alerts, and I'm up 12%. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I had been on the red for so long, and I know one of the things to become a good trader is to learn to control one's emotions. That is very true, and that's what we're going to talk about in the stock market and emotional intelligence series over time. That's what I plan on doing. I was feeling a little discouraged, not even going to lie. LOL. And although I know the whole market was down as a whole, since I started buying the ones you have been learning, I'm starting to see green again. I'm very grateful, and this is only the beginning. Thanks, bro. I'm glad I found your YouTube page, and now I'm in your Patreon and Discord. I really like that you communicate well and respond as soon as you're able to. Like I said the other day, communication is key. I try to get back to everyone's messages like right away, but what I'm really excited about here, it's not the fact that CHPT, I saw the opportunity and it's green and it's up. It's not even about the stock. It's about the fact that someone that was feeling discouraged, like anyone could, right, is now motivated again, right? And they're starting to see green. They're also realizing that one's emotions need to be controlled. Those are all the things that we're doing here in Invest for Tomorrow. Not only on the Patreon and the Discord, but also here on the YouTube channel. I always remind you guys, right, to stay focused. Control your emotions when I do analyze charts and stuff. So this right here is really exciting to see this type of behavior from members in the group. And it makes me happy to see that not only am I helping others, not only am I motivating others, but also the purpose and goal is being fulfilled for Invest for Tomorrow. So if you want to be a part of that, you can join us. Now, how do I feel about CHPT? Well, CHPT had a nice cool down here, and it's actually consolidating right now. and it's sitting at $30. I think this still has room to run. It might have to cool off again, maybe, just maybe, or consolidate sideways. And this is going to be able to run up towards the 40s, okay? Just got to give it some time. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but it will go through some volatility now. We saw such a fast spike here. I mean, we caught this one literally as it was falling. I told everyone at least $20 to watch it. We were able to caught it down here at the $19 mark for those that were watching it closely. And as it got closer to $20, at the end of the day, it's up a total amount here of literally almost $13 since we went ahead and stated to pay close attention for the opportunity. And that's what we do. We focus on opportunities, even when it doesn't make sense, because every single investor could have been like, yo, it's going up. You said this was going to get closer to $20. Now, I won't be right every single time, but trust me, I take a lot of time and effort to make these videos of chart analysis, and I love charts, and I analyze charts, and when I see opportunities, I look for the details that are signaling that opportunity to get closer to that. And if it doesn't get all the way down to 20 or 19, I mean, even if it touched 21 or 22, you as an investor have to rationalize, okay, this is pretty close to $20. It's bouncing back up and consolidating. Let's say it did this a little bit higher up here. You have to decide and say, okay, this is looking like an opportunity. It might not hit $20, but this is the closest we got. And then it will take off anyways, right? So those are the things that I like to do, prepare and equip every single investor. And not only did I talk about it in the Patreon, I talked about it literally on the 26th here on YouTube. So on YouTube, towards the second half of the videos, every single investor had a chance almost as equal to the ones on Patreon. Then I talked about it again at $26, okay, here on YouTube. And I said there's still room. And look, it went up to 32. That was a total amount of $6. So if you missed out on the full run, you still got a nice 50% chunk of the run. Now, could this continue? I think this does have room to go upwards closer to 40 plus, but that might take some time. That's not going to happen overnight. And what I'm really looking for here now is consolidation or a slight pullback again like the one we saw, but closer to it or a little bit below it before it shoots up again to newer highs. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.